Well, hello, coffee time, friends. It's coffee time. We're getting ready to eat supper. Well, we're getting ready to prepare supper. In fact, this is just going to be stage one. This chicken's going to take a little while in the oven, so we may not be able to show you the finished product. I really just want to show you the process of getting it in there and getting it going, and then Mama may do potatoes, you say, and
yeah, pick something
to go with it. But this is Hasselback chicken. We've done Hasselback potatoes. So I mentioned Hasselback, make me think about Hasselback chicken. Let's come down here to the cutting board. So what I've got here, these are tenders.
Whoa!
Y'all just jumped. Y'all are jumpy tonight. You guys had too much coffee? All right, now try to stand up and don't you fall. All right, so these are just chicken tenders. You can do Hasselback breast or you can do Hasselback tenders. It's up to you. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to Hasselback this chicken. What on earth? You can put 2 wooden spoons. I just don't want to dirty them. I'm just going to make little slits across ways the raw chicken. Just go straight across. Do not go all the way through. That's the key. You got it? Don't go all the way through.
You know me, I can always.
So that's what you're going for, is little Hasselbacks. See? You want them little grooves in there. Now this one, same thing. If you have a thicker breast, but really, a breast is just 2 of these, so it's about the same thing. We usually buy tenders because that's how we eat them the most. Even if we buy breasts, we usually end up cutting them into tenders.
Tenders, I started saying we end up doing it.
So there are the Hasselbacks.
You're going to put all these spices on them?
Oh, yum. That's going to be a delightful little dish here. And that one I'm just going to cook for good measure.
Cook for good measure. Don't go waste that little time.
Not going to waste it. So I'm going to lay this raw chicken right over here, the mat, the knife, and everything. I'm going to go wash my hands. Mama's going to sing us a little song here, Mama.
Oh, no.
Sing for them.
No song.
Tell them a story. I've got to wash my hands to get raw chicken.
Oh, he said, want me to sing. I can't sing or anything.
Do a little ditty, Mama.
A little jiggy.
Ditty.
Jiggy, oh.
You know.
I can't do a little jiggy.
Well, it won't take me long to wash up here, and I'll be
He's
right
gonna
back.
hurry up so I can come back and take over. Oh, he's a coming now, so he's gonna rescue me.
Why don't you let Mama on that camera more, John? You're all the time there. Let her do it.
And Mama don't like to do it.
People don't know what Mama likes, do they?
No.
This is completely clean. It had a mat, so don't send any hate mail. This is a brand new knife. This has been washed. Have I covered all the questions?
I don't know about brand new.
Brand new over that one. Have I covered all the questions that you're all going to tell me? John, why'd you use that knife? So, this is one we got at the farmer's market today. It's a little Roma or a pear tomato. I don't know. It's some kind of tomato.
Roma, big Roma.
And I've cut it long ways, and now I'm just going to cut it this way in little slivers.
No.
Some of y'all are figuring out, I know what he's going to do.
What are you going to do?
I know what he's going to do.
I figured it out.
Now, I didn't have to really wash my hands to touch these tomatoes unless we don't put them on the chicken, is what I was thinking. So I didn't want to cross-contaminate nothing.
Did you cut off the end down that one?
Oh, Mama worries about them ends now. There it is, Mama. See?
Okay. I don't like that left on there.
I do most of the time. I guess you taught me that, but to me it's just a lot of tomato. I don't know. I'll go ahead and cut this one just in case we need a little bit of it. Don't know that we will. Just cut you little wedges. Just like that. You can make these any way you want to. This just happens to be the way I make them. Just going to dry off this tomato juice. We don't really need all that juice. Now this is fresh basil. It's as fresh as you can get. It's just been picked right out of the pot out front. You've seen me water it all kinds of times. Now you know. And I'm not chopping him up. I'm just chopping off the leaves. Just like this. Just want the single little leaves.
You have to separate it out over here. There's a lot.
I probably won't use all of it.
What are you going to do with the rosemary?
I'm going to use it, but not like you would think maybe. Not like you might be suspected. So there is some basil leaves. So, and the best thing you can do for your basil is use it. The best thing you can do for any of your herbs is use it. Even if you don't use it, you can hang it and dry it, or you can just throw it away, put it in your compost pile for next year. But using it is the only way you're going to keep from losing it. If you don't use it, you will lose it. Just know that.
That's like your muscles. If you don't use your muscles, you'll lose the use of them.
This is just aluminum foil covered pan, and I'm just putting some EVOO on here. Now to keep from cross-contaminating anymore, and I have to, I'm just going to pick this up with my knife, slide it around in that just a little bit. If you got a big family, of course you're going to have to fix a few more, or maybe some bigger ones. Some of these just get really tiny.
That's my size. Not this tiny.
Here's Mama's size. No protein, please. Just that tiny. Mom, let me go wash it.
No, I want one of them other ones, not that one. You have it too.
Okay. So we're through with all that foolishness. That's all contaminated stuff.
I'm going to take it out of the way.
Now I'm just going to stick this tomato in that little Hasselback and put me a little sprig of basil in there. Tomato in the Hasselback, sprig of basil. Y'all get this, what I'm doing? Tomato, basil, tomato, basil. You can take all the time you want to do this. I'm not going to, because that's just the way it goes. You just stick it in there. Stick it down in that little Hasselback. It'll go real easy. You see that? Can y'all see? Come closer.
Yeah, I'm going to see better now.
So you just stick it in there. You can put an extra basil every now and then. Tomato in the Hasselback. Sprig of basil. Tomato. Tomato, tomato. Don't matter to me as long as there's JFG. You call the tomato whatever you want to. As long as there's JFG salad dressing to go on it, I'll be there. Just call me ready, because I'll be there to eat it. All right. Here we go, folks. Now, this is not hard. And this is a weeknight thing. This is something you can gather up on the weeknight and have for the family. Now, I've got all my chicken in here, and I've got basil in every little Hasselback, and I've got a few little pieces here. I'm just going to scatter around. Now, the rosemary, Mama, I'm not going to touch the rosemary. Would you hand me, I've not touched chicken directly yet with these new hands,
With these,
but if you'll hand me a rosemary sprig or two, and then we'll put the rest of that. That'll be good right there. So here I'm going to take this rosemary. I'm not putting it on the chicken. I'm putting it around the chicken.
so I'll lay these over here to dry and you're through with this.
Yeah, we'll just dry them. But I've not touched them or contaminated them in any way. So I'm just laying that rosemary in there. Just as a little, I just about jerking this down again. There you go.
Again.
So this is what it looks like. Hasselback, tomatoes, basil, and then the rosemary laid around. Now to this whole experiment here, I'm putting a little bit of ranch powder. I'm putting a little bit of y'all's secret seasoning. You can use whatever you like, your seasoning. You can turn these Italian. You can use Italian flavors. Oregano. Mama's not really big into oregano.
No.
Now, Mama, once again, I'm going to go wash my hands, and what I would like...
I'm going to set this in the oven.
No.
You don't want it?
No. You're going to take that white cheese and put a little on every little bit with your fresh hands. And I'm going to go make these clean again, just in case.
Just in case.
A lot of hand washing going on today.
You have to when you're filling with chicken.
Anytime, don't take a chance with chicken. Wash them
Any
hands.
raw meat.
Do what, man?
Or any raw meat.
Any raw meat, really, yeah. But we're just been trained so much to do the chicken. Dump it on there good, Mama.
Oh, you want it more?
Just use all of it.
Huh?
I mean, not a whole bag, folks, but this is what we have left.
Put a little bit on that tomato. I like it.
You love it like that, yeah. Now that rosemary we'll take off. We won't eat the rosemary, but it will add tons of flavor.
Okay.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Look at that. That's gonna be good, y'all. Into the Easy Bake it goes. I've got it set on 450, and I'm changing the time to 20 minutes. Now that's in an Easy Bake. You may need a little longer in a bigger oven. I'm not sure, but really I'm not using the time. I'm gonna use my eyeballs. I'm finished. Mama ain't done another thing. I'm on break.
You're on break.
I'm gonna use my eyeballs and see when it gets bubbling and brown on top, and that's when I'm gonna take it out. And by then, Mama's gonna have some mashed potatoes.
I think I'll use that box of rotten or something in there that needs
Oh,
to be.
rotten potatoes.
Let's see what I've got.
Not mashed. We'll have mashed of it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Sunday lunch. So we're gonna have all gratin.
Maybe.
Mama's done a upscale on this whole menu just then. Did you hear it? All gratin potatoes.
Whatever.
And we still have broccoli in there. We still have cream style corn in there. All that'll be delicious with this, and we'll get that out of the refrigerator. My. So Mama went to the farmer's market. Now we have a neighbor, literally. I mean, like if you had a good arm, you could throw a rock to their house. It's not that far. And they make this delicious honey. Well, I mean, they're bees. They have bees, and this is called local raw honey. And you can see there, it's Lowe's Branch Ranch. Wonderful people. We've known them ever since they've been here. And they have fresh eggs. Sometimes we get eggs from them, and I always get their honey. You talk about, John, you need some raw local honey. This could really, the bees could have gotten this out of my hay field. Because it's just over top of the mountain, just over the hill, barely. The hill wasn't there, we could see their house. So this is as local as it gets for me. So I'm gonna, y'all hear this? Yeah, that's me. I'm gonna be taking a little bit of this as medicine, not just on a biscuit, but as medicine. I really thought this supper was gonna go a totally different direction tonight. I've been thinking about the Hasselback chicken, and Mama's been wanting, say it, Mama.
Biscuits and sausage gravy.
Biscuits and sausage gravy, she said earlier. I said, Mom, we can have breakfast or supper anytime you want. I said, we'll have that tonight. And she said, no, we may have that in the morning. If we don't have it in the morning, we may have it Monday night. I don't think we're going to have it Monday night. Mama temporarily forgot a little something.
What?
You temporarily forgot a little something. Monday.
Monday's tied up.
Monday is tied up, what with, Mama?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
I'm excited to talk about it. Mama's having one, I don't know which one, of her cataracts removed. Now, Mama's gotten pretty bad with cataracts, folks. You know, he said, if it's one notch less, you ain't driving no more. That's serious. That's a lot of cataract. And so he said, let's just go ahead and get them done. You're ready. So she's a little nervous about it, but I told her, zap. Here, you know, as we got to go over there, and he said in what was it, 8 minutes or something, it would take 12 minutes.
Said about an hour and a half for the
Total
procedure.
Total procedure and a half. So we're going to pray about it, and the Lord's going to bless, and Mama's going to be able to see. And he told her, first he said, I can't do nothing else with your glasses. that's, that's as best we can do is what you got right now. Then he told her, when we get through with this surgery on both eyes, you may have to have readers only. Kind of excited about that for Mama. Mama's missed out on a lot and she don't realize it. And I'll say, Mama, your vision's not as good. But and she'll say, I can see like this. No, Mama, that ain't right. You should be able to see like this. Eyes wide open. So I'm excited for Mama to get her the cataracts taken care of. I've talked to a bunch of people and they said it wasn't nothing, best thing they ever did. I only have to have readers. Mama's a little apprehensive because Dad had a little trouble with his, but he also had diabetes that had affected his eyes. So there was other extenuating circumstances. Mama has none of that. Luckily, thankfully, blessedly, she has nothing wrong with her eyes other than just the cataracts. So I'm excited for her, and y'all be excited for her, and say a little prayer for her. And
I'm just nervous about it.
And don't make fun of her and call her Patch when she comes back Monday. Because she will be patched up for how long, Mama?
She didn't tell me that. She just said that everything.
Some drops will be added. Mama hates drops.
No, she told me this surgery like this, there wouldn't be no drops.
Oh, thank goodness, because I was dreading that, Mama. Come over here and talk.
Fighting with me.
Come over here. Mama is the worst to drop anything in her eyes.
You just dreading fighting.
I would rather.
I'm worse than a 2-year-old fighting over mess.
Oh, mercy. I'd rather shave a bobcat's head in a phone booth is to put a drop in Mama's eye. It'd be simpler. Did you get it? Did you get it? No, Mama, you ain't quit moving your head.
I don't know if they'll have to hit me in the head with a hammer to mess with my eyes.
Did you get it? Did you? Is that the truth, Mama?
Yeah, it's the truth.
I've had to put droplets in her eyes before.
It's not good, is it?
It's difficult. On the way home from Mother, got her cut. Oh, you're on your way home right now?
Wow.
On the first eye, we'll come back down here. She asked me when the yellow lens were painted in the, when the yellow lines were painted on the road.
Now, I see the yellow lines.
We're going to see what you see, Mama, when you start seeing.
I see the yellow lines and the white lines. Okay.
Maya, that is funny. I'm so glad your Mama had it, and I'm sure she's having great success from it. It's such a wonder. You know, people, that used to be an option. And now it is, and what a wonderful, that it'll be. I had cataract surgery, and what does it say here? And I did not have to wear glasses anymore. Rita, that's great. Mama, are you listening to these people talking to you?
I'm listening to them.
I had to put drops in my eyes a few hours for 2 weeks. And so Mama says this don't even have to have drops, and you don't know how much glad that makes me.
That's what she told me on the phone. That's all I'm going by.
Yes, Hi, John and Momma. You made baked spaghetti with half spaghetti sauce and half Alfredo sauce, and was it delicious? Lisa, I'm telling you, that was some good spaghetti. I was surprised. So was Mama. Mama says, I didn't think that mess would be that good. And so
I figured one would dominate the other.
Yeah, it just blends so well. And I had a little bit of idea because we used to go to a restaurant and we would order white sauce, red sauce on our cannelloni. I don't know what it was. I'm making up the name because I can't remember. But I remember we ordered a particular dish that came with red sauce, and once they get you with white sauce on the side, and it was delicious. And but it was good. So I kind of thought it could be good, but I wasn't expecting it to be that good.
Why don't you tell me?
I don't like basil and shouldn't eat tomatoes. What did you suggest as substitutes?
Just leave it out.
I would leave the basil off, and maybe I would put oregano, if you like oregano, or just put some dried Italian spices on it. Would be very good. If you don't need to eat the tomato, then I wouldn't care one bit to make the same thing with zucchini or even yellow squash and put it instead of the tomato and add the cheese. So Italian seasoning and a little maybe a squash or a zucchini would be great with it, with the white cheese. Both of those would be great substitutes for tomato and basil. Good evening. We have ribeye steak, sweet potatoes, and
that's
salad.
my favorite.
Teresa, now Mama's not want to come to your house. What's it looking like, Mama?
It's not doing much yet.
Okay, you'll close that door.
I can't see through that glass good.
My whole life, from age 7 on, she's told me, that's what that glass is in there for. When you open the door, it don't cook. As she's reached her 70s, I tell her all the time, Mama, you're letting all the heat out of that oven.
It's these eyes won't let me see.
She can't see it. She's over there trying to focus. I can't wait till she gets her cataract surgery, see if that helps. Because she's like,
You gotta think too, when I get my cataract surgery, I can see all those expressions on your face.
Mama, you've been looking at them for years.
I mean, know exactly what you're doing.
She's been seeing these expressions, trust me. I had chicken pot pie for supper with Jody. I love chicken pot pie. We've not had that in a while. There was I know some of y'all gonna cringe. There was a frozen chicken pot pie Mama used to get. And Mama, what was it called? Do you remember? Was it Marie Callender?
I don't remember.
It was
many
good.
years ago.
And our store quit carrying them. So we got out of the chicken pot pie business.
I like to make mine and just put Pillsbury frozen biscuits on top of it instead of making a crust. You know how I make it? I love it that way.
I'll tell you something I can't wait to make for y'all as soon as I get some of our tomato. We've got somebody else's tomatoes here in the house right now, but when we get Mama's tomatoes, I'm gonna make y'all another tomato pie. I've made them before in the past, and I know I've filmed them once or twice. Love tomato pie. If you've never had a tomato pie, that's some good eats.
My mommy she called it tomato dumplings. She just took
We need to make those again. We call them scallop tomatoes.
sweetened tomatoes with, she'll break up light bread and put in it or leftover.
And I will say this on scallop tomatoes or tomato dumplings, I wouldn't wait for homegrown tomatoes for those. I'd go ahead and use a good can of stewed tomatoes or whole tomatoes, chop them up because they're just as good. It's another one of those things, kind of like when I say, I don't use Mama's tomato juice in homemade chili that often. I know you think, well, that's homemade, and maybe there's a difference. But when I use tomato juice and stuff like that, and something I'm going to load down with spices, and you're not going to taste the tomatoes, I feel guilty for using a good home can of tomato juice. Soup is totally different. I love that, and I want that in homemade soup. But when I'm doing chili, and I'm going to be throwing garlic in it, and I'm going to be throwing chili powder in it, and onions, and meat grease, and meat, and stuff. I'm very selfish with the home canned stuff when it comes to that kind of stuff. Mama, are you going to have the rest of that broccoli?
No, I don't know. We'll not say that. Is he big enough?
No, those are big enough.
Chicken and potatoes.
Chicken au gratin potatoes and some kind of vegetable. Whole cream stuffed corn's in there.
No, you won't eat
No,
it.
it's gone. I ate it for lunch the next day. It's gone.
The other corn's gone that you made.
Oh, I ain't eating that over.
Canned cream
We
stuff.
should have made Mexican cornbread with it. What was that broccoli? That slice of cheese on it. You just want cheese the other night on it.
Yes, you can eat it. I ain't.
You don't want broccoli?
I'll put it in a little.
What about if you put cheese on it, Mom?
No, they ain't enough, and it's mostly stems.
Oh, it's
I got
stems.
broccoli either, that's good either.
Well, you can put it in the, you can heat it up and sprinkle some of that cheddar cheese on it, and I'll eat it. That'll be something to get out of the refrigerator. Are you going to have a green vegetable?
Probably not.
Is there any green beans in there?
No. I've got a few out yonder, but good.
I see cauliflower there.
Yeah, it's white, though it ain't green.
Okay, au gratin. Are those au gratin potatoes cheesy?
No, they're not very cheesy.
Oh. I was going to say, you don't have to put cheese on my broccoli if the potatoes have got cheese on them.
No, they're white. They're not like
It's a white sauce.
Yeah.
They're scallop. No, they're au gratin.
They're all gratin, but
They're great value au gratin potatoes. Mama, hand me that box and I'll show it to them so y'all can. A picture will be worth 1,000 words and it'll save me 1,000 words. So, these are au gratin potatoes and richly creamy sauce made with real cheese.
It's the white cheese. Though.
Great value brand. It's the white cheese. Well, don't put no cheese on my broccoli.
You might need it.
Okay. You might need it. She says, y'all keep syrup in the fridge. Lauren, yes, we do. Do you and should I? I have slowly been moving things out of the fridge, like ketchup. Now, I know there's a debate on that. We've done it for over a year, and I like warm ketchup better. I don't know if it's safe. I don't know if it's healthy. I just know when I go to restaurants, even outdoors, their ketchup and mustard's out in the heat all day long, and they don't seem to worry about it. When we had the restaurant, when we was in the restaurant game, we never refrigerated the ketchup, and I thought, never did do that. Never refrigerated mustard. Never did refrigerate steak sauce. None of that.
I still keep my mustard in the refrigerator.
Mama won't go with the mustard, but I'm gonna tell you, it's a little secret. I've been testing that theory for years. I've been working for years. As long as I've had an office job, I keep a bottle of mustard in my desk drawer. Yes, I do. If you ever go in somebody's office, you wonder what's in that desk? Probably some food. But I keep a jar of mustard, or a squeeze of mustard, and a pack of saltine crackers in there. And sometimes that's my lunch. Sometimes I have meetings that don't allow for run out or or I can bring lunch, but I don't often do that. But some mustard on some saltine crackers is a wonderful lunch. Don't judge me, just try it. If you're ever in a tight spot and you think, mustard and saltine crackers are delicious. Mustard and hot sauce are delicious, and I've done both for a meal. True stories. Somebody back me up here. 73-ish here in Northern Carolina. We've had a little rain today, and it's 76 out there right now. But we've had thunder. We've had rain. I'm not knocking the rain because evidently we need the rain. We're waiting on our chicken. We got 3 more minutes, and we're going to take it out. And we're going to temp it. And if it's temped, we're going to eat it. The potatoes are done.
They're getting there.
In the broccoli, I'm going to eat it whatever it is because it's just cooked broccoli. And Mama's not having any green vegetables tonight. She don't want no part of that broccoli steams. Y'all see me do the broccoli the other night. I used to crown it and put it in the kettle and boil it, or put it in the stack cooker and boil it. But I've seen a thing where you just take the whole stalk of broccoli and boil it whole. Put the crowns down, put your water and let it boil, and then you cut it off afterwards and you cut off what's tender. Now whatever's tender is good to eat. And I found that I got a lot more use out of my broccoli because I was throwing away a lot of stems that got really tender and tasty and was delicious. So out of a whole stalk of broccoli, I only had a small piece that did not boil up good and soft. And so I'm going to be boiling mine. I may even put it in a big pot next time and boil the whole stalk to see how much tender there is there. I do know broccoli is woody, the stem, and you can't eat it. So there is a point where it's not good. But it's probably a lot lower down the stalk than you think because I've used it. I love mustard on crackers. Thank you, Diane. At least there's one more out there. John, have ketchup cake? No.
Ketchup cake? I've never heard of it.
But I would. You must watch John and Momma very often. He over 6 feet. So want to know why I ain't standing up.
No. Ain't good enough.
Well, goodness, Mama, that looks like a whole new dish of broccoli. Look at that. It smells good too. You wouldn't know that was 2 days left over and I didn't eat on that broccoli twice. This is the first time I'm having cheese on it though, so that'll make it different. Mama, there's enough there for you too if you wanted a green vegetable.
Oh, I wouldn't dare to cross it.
She wouldn't dare.
Dare to cross it. Would you like some tea? Or
We're off. We're on. I'm drinking coffee, so that's caffeine. If you got tea that's decaffeinated.
I have.
And probably sugar-free because...
Oh, no.
You got sugar-free, don't you?
Yeah, I've got it. I just didn't want it.
Mama, we're having au gratin potatoes tonight. That's a lot of sugar. Hi, John and Momma from Kansas. Well, hey, Wilma, how are you? Kristen says, yummy. Are you talking about the broccoli? Or are you talking the saltines and mustard? I love mustard and crackers. Mayo and crackers are amazing too. I've had that too, Christine, and they are amazing. I'm right there with you, but I don't keep mayonnaise out of the refrigerator. That's one thing that's still in the refrigerator is my mayo and my salad dressings. Anything with eggs in it, I'm going to keep in the refrigerator. But I think there's a lot of things in the refrigerator don't need to be. And here's a list of some things that I'm thinking we could take out of the refrigerator and just keep in the cabinet. I think we can keep, I know we can keep ketchup because we have been for over a year.
I tell you, hummingbird is unsweet, but I may trick you. Sweeten it up a little.
She's talking about hummingbird picture from Tupperware. We've got different color pictures, as you might guess. Mama might have one of every color. So we usually know, like, one's lemonade, one's sweet, one's unsweet. You gotta tag them. But we pretty well stay consistent.
The blue picture is sweet tea.
The blue is sweet.
The Yules is the orange.
The Yules is always peach tea.
Peach tea.
I think steak sauces probably wouldn't have to go in the refrigerator. Soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce. There's a lot of those vinegar bases that I think you could leave out and not type all around the refrigerator, but maybe not. I don't know. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Because I've not studied it or talked to a nutritionist.
Says refrigerate after opening.
I know. But does ketchup?
I don't know. I've just always kept it in there until you took it out.
I like it much better warm. Cold ketchup's like cold tomatoes. It takes all the flavor out to me. Ooh, mercy, that chicken. Come over here with that, Mama. Looky here, looky here. Now this Hasselback chicken, that looks delicious. That cheese is brown, but that's what you want. The basil's brown. Now the rosemary, we're not going to eat the rosemary, but look at all the flavor that's going out of that rosemary. We're just going to take this. It's burned up, but it came out. Look at there. We're just going to set that aside. All that flavor. This right here is going to be delicious. This burnt cheese. You can't get better than that.
Tomatoes crusty.
Yes, we do, Mama. We surely do. That was 20 minutes in the Easy Bake for Hasselback Chicken. A lot of things, like Hasselback and all that, you think, I ain't feeling that hot mess. You're like, Mama, that's too much trouble. It just means cut chicken. Stick some stuff in it. Like some tomatoes or some cucumber would be too watery. But squash or something. Yes, ma'am. Squash or something. It's just a fancy word. It's not hard to do. Hasselback potatoes are delicious and easy to do. We've done those several times. One of our favorite things to have is cabbage steaks and Hasselback potatoes together. That's wonderful. And we do have that occasionally, don't we, Mama?
Yeah.
Y'all have had it with us. It's not sausage, gravy, and biscuits, though, but it looks delicious. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Well, we're going to give her a try.
We're going to give her a try, she says. Let's bless it, and then we'll eat it.
Let me dry my hands, because I just spilled tea on me. Or not spilled tea, but water.
Wasn't pepper, at least, Mama.
No, that pepper. I swear, I believe I spilled a gallon of pepper and then even a half a cup in anything.
Let's bless it. Let me get y'all like a little bit. See, this is where we get into this camera business. Trying to get things together. Mm-hmm. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this meal. We thank you for nourishing our bodies, dear Lord, and we just ask you to be with us and Help us, Lord. Dear Lord, there's so many prayer requests out there, so much hurt and so much need. Dear Lord, we pray that you'll answer each and every prayer request in your will and your glory, Lord. And we just pray that you'll be with us and watch over our nation, watch over our world. Dear Lord, in all these things we ask in your name. Amen. All right, Mama.
How are we going to get that out of usual?
Well, we'll use this fork right here.
Okay, give me that little one there. That's good and brown. This one, that other one's not brown.
Yes, ma'am. We don't have to tempt that chicken because it's done. Mama, you want a little tomato? Here's a little extra tomato and cheese.
Okay.
This right here will be delicious.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a little tiny piece. That's the one I said you'd eat anyway.
Oh.
Hasselback chicken. See how those tomatoes are just standing up in there perfect line? Isn't that wonderful? And now some au gratin potatoes out of a box, folks. Now you can take shortcuts. Don't be ashamed to take a shortcut every now and then. If you'd have made Hasselback potatoes, or not Hasselback, can I call this au gratin potatoes?
Yeah.
If you'd have made them from scratch, it would have taken you quite a while. We didn't have that kind of time tonight. Didn't have that kind of time.
Have I left something on? It's
Oh.
this oven. I didn't get it kicked off, but it still had the end on it. Something was a beeping. I just couldn't figure out where it was at.
I gave you some broccoli. I think you need to
Oh,
at
I
least
didn't need
consider a green
broccoli.
veggie.
Didn't need that broccoli. I don't want to take it from you.
Oh, Mama, I'm willing to share with you.
I didn't want to take it from
Let's
you.
try these Hasselback chicken. I want a little bit of tomato, a little bit of basil.
I
and there's
gave
even
you a
some
knife
rosemary.
so you can cut it.
I don't think I need a knife, but if I do, I'll grab it. Well, might need one for that piece of chicken there. It's hot, Mama.
You need some for the tomato hole because they don't want to.
Look at that. Hasselback chicken. Now, like I said already, you do you. This would be good with Italian seasoning. This will be good with cream of garlic, cream of spinach. I mean, you could do all kinds of things with this. I mean, basically, it's just chicken with tomatoes and basil.
It's good.
That fresh basil. It just kicks it up so many notches. Now, folks, these were just little tenders, too. You could do a whole breast the same way I did those and serve them up for a nice dinner. That is delicious. That cooked basil, I think the basil tastes better than even the tomato and the cheese. It just notched it up way.
I don't eat that tomato. You gave me extra.
Yes, Mom.
I'm a pig.
You're out of control with the goodness. See that tomato, how cooked and delicious. That's what you're wanting. Good hot tomato, love it. How's your au gratin potatoes?
I ain't tasted them yet. I've been eating tomatoes and chicken.
Mom and I we do this sometimes. I don't know if we've done it for y'all or not. When her tomatoes are bountiful and wonderful, we'll take a pan, we'll cover it, we'll put olive oil, we'll slice red tomatoes, put them down and put mozzarella cheese on it, put a little bit of basil, maybe a little bit of seasoning, baked tomatoes. Just have baked tomatoes with cheese and it's wonderful. In fact, I think it's one of your favorite things.
I like it when it's crusty like that. I didn't eat that extra tomato you gave me and didn't realize it. That's
You sure ain't ate that broccoli.
I'm saving that for you.
I've got some more right here.
I'm saving that for you.
I'll tell you if it's good right now. It's good because it's fresh broccoli. These au gratin potatoes are good. I don't care where they come from. Even if they did come out of a box.
I got a good flavor to them.
Folks, this chicken is a do again and again. Hasselback chicken. You just take your chicken, cut slices across the breast or the tender, take a red tomato, and slice it up in little wedges, stick them down in every one of them, put a little sprig of fresh basil. If you don't have fresh basil, if it's off season, use dry. If you don't have homegrown tomatoes, use canned. Pour it over the top. You don't even have to Hasselback. Just take the breast, lay it out, put your tomatoes on there, sprinkle you some dry basil, put you some white cheese, and throw it in the oven. If you don't want to Hasselback, you don't have to. You can do it the way you want to do it. But it's good. Love baked tomatoes on pizzas. I do too, Reba. Thank y'all for the stars. Y'all are so kind. Wilma Burke says, John has a lot of faults. Give him a break. Are they picking on me, Wilma? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe somebody having an argument. I can't go back and look. I'm not going to. It's too much negativity.
Don't get upset over
I don't get upset. We don't get upset. We just move with the flow. Seems like sometimes you have extra negativity and sometimes you have less. Sometimes I wonder if it's just put out there to cause trouble. I don't know. Anyhow, we're not going to focus on that. Mama, got anything you want to add tonight?
No, I'm not eating.
You see how the rosemary turned out after you baked it and bless its heart. Looks like a picked chicken.
I tasted on the chicken though.
But it still smells so good, and I can taste the rosemary because when it was getting hot, it was releasing all that beautiful flavor. You could have laid it on top of the chicken. I don't know if it made a great deal of difference, but it is absolutely delicious. Mama, you don't have nothing to add. We're through cooking now. We've kept them on here.
Yeah. I love the tomatoes. We should have just put a tomato, humped it up and put it on there.
Well, we'll do that for you soon.
Yeah.
Don't tell you that. Say good night, Mama.
He won't let me eat till I say good night, Mama. God bless you all.
Y'all have a blessed night.
Bye-bye.
Hope Lord will. We'll see you tomorrow.